Beats Hunter is a beat-matching twin-stick shooter. Neither of us can remember where the original idea for this came from, but it started as a basic prototype and it was fun and weird and quirky enough that we just decided to keep it going and take it forward. As you can see, there's a beat track just under the player, and hitting the attack button on the beat lets you attack. You have two weapons. You can have a sword for melee and a gun for ranged, and in playtests we found that about half the players favor each one, so we think we balance these pretty well. They each have their own advantages and disadvantages, and you can switch between them at will. You might occasionally see a sword in the beat track also, and that just rather than just normal dots, and that lets you do a special attack that has a wider area of effect. Sometimes you'll also see a shield in the beat track, and that'll give you a temporary bubble shield that reflects enemy shots back at them. You'll also see enemies dropping gold coins, which are worth points, and occasional pickups that give you temporary abilities. At the top of the screen, you'll see a completion bar that tells you how far through the current song you are. Finish the current song, and you'll finish the level. This was a project that we found really interesting and experimental because it fuses together two genres that have basically no overlap. For example, the best music for rhythm games is usually things that are just fun to listen to on their own and have an interesting beat. So you see a lot of pop music, but foregrounded music in this game would involve too much cognitive load because there's a lot of other stuff you're dealing with moving and dodging. So we need something that's simpler and has more regular beats. In normal games like shooters, the background music has to stay in the background, so you tend to see a lot of stuff that just sets the mood, like chiptune music or easy listening type stuff. But in this game, you really want the music more foregrounded since it's part of the core mechanics. We found that some genres work that wouldn't work in either shooters or music games work really well here, like disco, fiddle, banjo music, as well as club, dance, house, and electronica type music. So what you see here is just the first song, which should give you a basic idea of what this game plays like. But the full game has 6 levels, each exploring a different music genre, and each one with 4 or 5 different songs ending in a boss fight. We have about a dozen different enemy types and just as many pickups, so there's a bit more variety than you're seeing here, but this should give you a basic idea of what the game looks like. Hope you enjoy it.